Today, we're excited to give you the very first hands-on look at some of the new tools and
What's up,
workflows
McDonald's?
that we use to build it.
Now, we've got a lot to get to, so let's get started.
What the?
When setting out to make our demo, we wanted to push the boundaries.
All right, wait. What? Hold up. Wait.
Workflows that we use to build it.
Now, we've got a lot to get to, so let's get started.
Captured on an Xbox Series X. Get the fuck out of here.
When setting out to make our demo, we wanted to push the boundaries of what's possible with UE5 today, while targeting next-gen hardware specifications.
My nipples could cut through this fucking jacket right now. I am really good at picking up CGI and graphical images, but I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. Triple time, blessings. This game say hi because you couldn't sleep. I feel that shit.
Here are sequences running in real time on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
I could tell the fire, but not the rocks.
Okay, welcome to the brand new UI in Unreal Engine 5.
Shut the fuck up.
While a lot of the
This
same
ain't
features
real.
and functionality that you've come to know in UE4 are still present in the new UI, we've added several new systems that put you at the center of the experience. For example, the content browser can now be accessed like a drawer using hotkeys, allowing you to keep a clean workspace while still having access to all the content that you need. We can also collapse and restore editor tabs to and from the sidebar, maximizing the viewport experience. And you're going to see a lot more of the UI as we get further into this presentation, but we can't wait for you to get your hands on it. Now, one of the main features of Unreal Engine 5 is NANITE, our virtualized micropolygon geometry system that frees artists to create as much.
I don't know what the fuck you just said, but I'm all about it. Look at these rocks.
Geometric detail as the eye can see. Virtualized geometry supports orders of magnitude more triangles without compromising speed, and replaces the traditional system of mesh LODs, handling all detail transitions seamlessly without any additional setup. In other words, NANITE lets the artist create while the engine does the work. Switching to this NANITE visualization, you can see individual triangles rendered out as different colors here in the viewport. And because the geometry is now virtualized, you can feel free to place assets like these all throughout your scene to fill out a massive player space.
That is so many. Look at the fucking field of view here. And all those have individual triangles placed from each image.
Colors from swatch to swatch. Each instance in this environment
This is
contains
nutty.
around 1 to 2 million.
Gotta go for a little? All right,
providing
friend.
Enough
Be
detail
safe.
for the camera to roam with complete creative freedom. Now, UE5's new anti-aliasing solution, Temporal Super Resolution, keeps up with all this new geometric detail to create sharper, more stable images than before, with quality approaching true native 4K at the cost of 1080p.
I don't.
While highly detailed assets are great on their own, high-quality lighting that realistically reacts to your scene is what opens the door to more dynamic worlds and immersive gameplay. Lumen is our fully dynamic, real-time global illumination solution that immediately reacts to scene and light change, making for more believable experiences. And the GI hooks in directly with our time of day
Look at the
settings,
shadow flow.
allowing for true physically based setups for photorealistic environments. The Megascans library has meticulously calibrated physically based surfaces and objects in the thousands of assets as of today. And the assets that we're highlighting here show just how powerful it is to have NANITE and Lumen working in tandem.
I know shit.
Also, thanks to the new Sky Atmosphere system, it is incredibly simple to quickly simulate realistic time of day, carefully art direct volumetric clouds, and make modifications to things like atmospherics, sun position, and fog. And for this example, we wanted a fully dynamic scene. No light baking, and realistic interpolation between the different times of day. Of course, when in development, having access to high-quality content that's easy to use helps you iterate quickly, and saves lots of time.
You
that can
just
be better
place this
spent
big
elsewhere
ass
on your
fucking
project.
rock though.
With QUIXEL now being a part of the Epic Games family, we've made the full Megascans library free and open for all Unreal Engine users. Bridge, our online browser for Megascans assets, has historically functioned as a standalone application for quickly exporting assets in
Utah.
bulk directly into the
I can
engine,
just look up fucking
albeit
Utah.
separate from Unreal. Today, we're happy to announce that Bridge is now natively integrated directly into the engine UI. Now you can simply drag and drop
This is
assets
insane.
directly into your scene for a more intuitive and connected experience. And simply logging in with your Epic ID gives you immediate access to thousands of assets to use for free in your Unreal Engine projects.
You know what's crazy is my computer could 100% run Unreal Engine. I don't think I have the time to create anything, but the fact that I could fucking get this and play with it is blowing my mind right now.
We are constantly looking to enhance the value of the Megascans library. And today we're excited to announce that we're adding a brand new asset type called Mega Assemblies. Mega Assemblies
Mega
are
blocks.
the natural next step for us in removing even more barriers for artists in crafting their worlds. By combining existing assets from the Megascans library, our artists are pre-assembling elements that can be quickly accessed and leveraged to populate your scenes.
How? How?
Using the Moab set, let's add an assembly to our scene.
Yeah, let me
And
just
just like that, we were able to quickly change the composition of this area in our map.
added a whole fucking, like it's not a big deal. Just a whole chunk. Hot. You all are wild.
With UE5, we are
Nerdgasm,
reimagining
basically.
what collaboration looks like for teams and projects of all sizes. A common challenge when collaborating on large worlds is deciding how to structure map content so that everyone on the team can easily work without asset contention, while also avoiding painful merge conflicts. A new system called World Partition makes traditional world-building workflows obsolete by changing the way that we think about map files.
Obsolete.
Rather than requiring artists to build out map content as a series of streaming levels, World Partition allows teams to think of a single map as one large world that gets broken down automatically into many smaller, streamable cells on a grid. These cells can be selectively
What
loaded or
in the
unloaded
actual
in the editor to save on
fuck?
edit time resources, allowing artists to only load up the sections of the map that they need. On top of that, changes to actors in a World Partition map are tracked at the actor level, not at the map level.
So does
This
this? So does like dropping those? They just know like they can snap there, but is it automatically like blending in with the terrain, like the level and everything else?
One file per actor approach empowers different team members to work on different actors in the same map without having to worry about their changes getting clobbered in a merge or having to revert to get someone else's edits. Now, this approach means you could have artists
is so
lighting,
crazy.
set dressing, and reworking the landscape simultaneously, all within the same virtual space. Managing this much
was
content at
that?
runtime typically requires a ton of thought about how to stream relevant content in and out to stay inside performance budgets.
Right?
Fortunately, World Partition handles that as well. At runtime, only the cells in a user-defined radius from our player are loaded, and as we move, new cells are streamed in, while cells no longer needed are replaced by their lower resolution, hierarchical level of detail, or HLOD version. And since all projects have different requirements,
That
the
is-
cell size and loading radius are fully configurable to
That-
match
oh
each
my God,
project's
bro.
content streaming needs. Another feature that comes along with World Partition is data layers. Data layers are a way to categorize map assets and collectively enable or disable them when you want to alter the state of the world. Working in
It's so smart compared to games back in the day where it was just like, okay, we're just gonna have white fog cover up this section of the map that you can't see ever. We're just gonna fill it with white fog.
data layers, a separate group of artists was able to assemble a mythical reimagination of the environment with more interactive elements for our demo.
I love it.
At runtime, we can swap between these two modes, streaming thousands of actors in and out, and enter into the dark world.
Look at the
Let's see this in action as we go back to Chance.
I was trying to
Thanks,
watch.
Galen. Many runtime and interactive frameworks in Unreal Engine are getting significant updates in UE5. One thing we've
Pay attention to her scarf and the movement of the scarf blowing in the wind. It's not a basic like somebody flapping a piece of, I don't know, side paneling. It's actually flowing like fabric. I want to see her face.
added for animation is an experimental new full-body IK solver, which is designed to give you better results with less work.
Body
Here,
moves
you can
perfect
see it in action as a
while
rig for our
walking.
player character, Echo, corrects itself to adjust for variations on the ground below her.
That's what I just said.
It's deterministic, reliable, and around 10 times faster than before. To build and maintain more scalable gameplay systems, we've also added a new framework called Game Feature Plugins that will allow you to build and ship game content in a more modular way.
Okay.
With Game Feature Plugins, numerous core gameplay features can be built in parallel with better encapsulation and finer content organization. Game Feature Plugins allow developers to add activation instructions to extend
That is
base
so
game functionality,
much
register new input actions
information.
for players, and interface with other frameworks such as animation.
Bet.
When we shifted into the Dark World, we also activated a new game feature to give Echo a brand new attack ability.
All
All
right.
the assets and logic
I'm about
needed
it.
for the ability, including new animations, input controls, blueprint code, VFX, and audio, are contained inside this plugin.
Yeah, they're always
And core
contained.
game classes
Yeah, they're all
have
right
no
there. No
idea
big deal.
that these assets exist until we activate it. We've also added a feature called Animation Motion Warping, which allows you to manipulate root motion animations to adapt them to the world. Echo's vault animation was authored to the specific dimensions of this rubble. Leveraging motion warping, we were able to add notify
pretty
states in the
solid.
vault animation asset that can react to transform data passed in via blueprints. This allowed us to reuse the same animation to vault over other assets of different dimensions, like these pieces of debris, by sending information about their size into the motion warping system. Before triggering the vaulting animation, a blueprint script determines
okay.
her rotation.
So she jumped from the top of it. I thought she glided for a second. I was like, okay, I can see where that's nothing new. But she actually landed on top of the piece and then jumped to get off of
How
it from
high
the
up
center.
she jumps, how far she needs to move to get to the
And
other
so she's
side,
jump-
and where her
holy
feet should land.
Fuck.
Motion warping then adapts the root motion of the vault animation to match this data.
That is so smooth.
Also, for the Rift Interact animation, we used motion warping to place Echo in the perfect position in order to ensure her hand would always touch the rift.
I like that.
So on the topic
Those are-
of animation,
Those are super small details that just mean a lot. Those are super small details to make sure her hand always touches the rifts. Like, not everybody's going to appreciate that, but trust me when I say people really appreciate it.
Unreal Engine 5 also includes our in-editor rigging tool, Control Rig.
Fuck is that? The fuck is that? Run! Yo! God, dog! Oh my god, bro, it's Mysterio VMAX! I know somewhere Spider-Man just shit his pants. It's Mysterio VMAX, brother, run!
The Ancient, a film-quality creature imagined and built by our friends at the Aaron Sims Creative Company.
That is
We partnered
wicked.
with Aaron Sims and his group of talented artists to concept the
That's
Dark
his weak
World
spot right
and
there.
to bring it to life through an enormous mythical adversary.
Nah, the one that doesn't have the reds is weak spot,
Now,
guaranteed.
every single animation for the Ancient was authored wholly in Engine by the Aaron Sims creative team using Control Rig and Sequencer, our
That's-
linear cinematic animation tool.
That is so cool.
Also, just to push the boundaries a bit, they even built it out of a collection of nanite meshes totaling over 50 million triangles attached directly to the skeleton.
What?
Control Rig was designed to keep artists close to their creations
Look
without
at that. Oh,
having to
yeah.
bounce
Let
back
me
and
see
forth
your
between
hips
software
swing.
packages, allowing them to quickly
This
iterate,
is great.
all inside Unreal.
Looks a little grumpy.
While
for
imagining
sure.
the battle between Echo and the Ancient, we wanted to give the creature a heavy laser attack that Echo would have to avoid. We needed it to track Echo's location in the arena and fire a slow, sweeping blast towards her.
Dodge. What are you doing? Move. There you go. Shit.
Taking advantage of the full-body IK solver mentioned earlier, we were able to influence the direction and distance the Ancient reaches out during the firing animation, based on where Echo is in the scene. Let's see the results. Here is what the base firing animation looks like.
Okay, so the
And
actual.
here it is again, with the full-body IK post-process layers enabled, and our info about Echo passed into Control Rig.
Okay, so the top one, it's more of like a ball or like a lens inside the hand that's just moving. And the bottom one, the entire hand's moving up to control the laser beam coming in a singular spot.
With full-body IK and Control Rig, designers and artists can now author fully dynamic animations that react to gameplay without having to build complex animation state machines composed of numerous animation assets. In Unreal Engine 5, we've completely overhauled the audio engine, centered around meta sounds, a new asset type used for every sound effect in our demo. Metasounds bring the power and
Fucking
flexibility
A.
found in material editors to audio creation, providing fine control for authoring procedural game audio. With full audio synthesis capabilities and a rich audio function library, Metasounds give unprecedented control over sound effects and runtime applications.
Great.
Using Metasounds, we built the Ancient's laser
Great.
attack out of
Yeah.
a combination
Oh.
of sound samples and synthesized audio.
Simple enough, yeah. Got a whole fucking printed circuit board on my screen, no big deal.
Let's briefly break down how it was set up.
That's so much.
Using the stereo mixer, let's isolate and play just the synthesized charge sound.
You're clicking
This
and turning.
effect
I
is
would forget to turn those shits back on. I'd ruin the whole game. I would forget where it was at, turn it back on. I'd ruin the whole fucking project.
Made by using a handful of sound wave generators and multiple modulation widgets. Now, let's mix back in our sound samples to hear the final result again.
That's such a cool sound.
Alright, let's take down the Ancient.
You're going for his belly button, ain't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, just like that. He's that easy. Two-hitter quitter. All right, bet. Bet. Broke his whole brain noggin. Just like that.
Now, everything we've been showing you in today's demo focuses on some of the new features in UE5, but many of your favorite UE4 features, such as Niagara particles and visual effects, chaos physics, blueprint visual scripting, and more, have also received numerous updates
Yeah, I've always said those are my favorite too. Yeah, 100%.
in Unreal Engine 5.
Plus, all your UE4 projects can be upgraded to UE5, so you won't have to worry about forward compatibility for what you're working on now.
Here at Epic, we are passionate about building great tools and new technology, and a big part of our excitement is being able to bring you, the developer community, on the journey with us. So today, we're making an early access build of Unreal Engine 5 freely available on the Epic Games Launcher and the Unreal Engine GitHub, so you can explore and test out these tools yourself to get an early look at what's coming later in the full release of UE 5.0.
I hate that.
Also, we're releasing the project source for Valley of the Ancient, so you can check out how we use these features to build everything you've seen in today's demonstration. We've got a series of deep dive conversations on these topics lined up for Inside Unreal, our official weekly live stream, where you can hear from the engine dev team and ask your questions.
Now, these are still the early days of UE5, and you can expect more news and features to be announced as we move closer to a production-ready release targeting early 2022.
Follow the
Nice.
Unreal Engine social channels
Nice.
for more information. And feel free to download the early access
Yeah.
release of Unreal Engine 5 and the Valley of the Ancient project today.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching, and welcome to Early Access.
I really, like, granted, I get that it's not those people's jobs. You know, I get it. But, like, you have to learn how to, like, speak in front of other things, you know? You have to learn how to speak in front of other things. Unreal Engine 5. Oh, wait, those are the timestamps. You don't give a link? It's on the screen, Jeremy. UnrealEngine.com/UE5. You gotta, like, I don't know. It's like you're reading a cue card. That is so wild. Key features, resources. I could never download something like this because I would know what to do, and I would, like, constantly, I would never leave it. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't have the answer, Sway.